So Jonathan, how do you get people to open up your emails? That's a question I've been asked, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's show. I want to share with you 5 email marketing subject line tips that actually work. Let's get started. Hey messengers, welcome to the Market Your Message Show. I'm your host, Jonathan Milligan, and author of the book, Your Message Matters, How to Rise Above the Noise and Get Paid for What You Know. And I'm really excited today to cover this topic because I believe it's a very important topic, and that is, how do you get people to open your emails? I mean, after all, for many of you, you know, it's not easy building an email list. It takes time. You gotta work at it. And after you get them on your list, you got to get them to open your emails to actually read the content, the training, the tips, the strategies that you're trying to share, right? Well, I'm going to share with you my favorite 5 email marketing subject line tips. So we're not talking about the body of the email. We're not talking about getting people to click on the links in your email. We're just talking about the subject line. If you don't do the subject line right, they're not going to read what you wrote. They're not going to click on the link or take advantage of the opportunity that you've provided for them. That's why it is so important that you nail down these 5 things that we're going to cover today. In fact, here's what you're going to discover. Why the word "this" is your superpower. If you walk away with one tip, remembering the word "this" will revolutionize your email marketing game. Let me just say that. What blind and direct are and why they work, and also how to 10x the open rates with one tiny little tip that takes less than 5 seconds for you to add to your emails, and much, much more. Also, maybe you're just at the beginning. You're like, Jonathan, I don't know who my audience is. I've been thinking about doing something with my writing. I've been thinking about blogging or starting a podcast, doing something creative online, but I don't know where to start. Then I want to encourage you to go grab our 9-page blueprint. It's called the Discover Your Message Blueprint, and it'll walk you through how to discover your people, your purpose, and your passion. Those are the 3 elements you need to have a successful message-based business. And all you need to do is go to marketyourmessage.com/discover and grab that 9-page blueprint to help you get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to not only give you these 5 tips, but I'm going to show you some examples as well. So we're going to get into some 5 different styles or categories of subject lines. And I'm actually going to share a document, a software program that I like to use where I store all of my email marketing templates and ideas so that you can actually see what this is like in real action. So if you're listening to the podcast, I'll be explaining it to you, but if you want to see what I'm actually doing, you can hop over to the YouTube channel. Just go search my name on YouTube, Jonathan Milligan with 2 L's, and you'll find this video, or there might be a link in the show notes of the podcast. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and let's walk through this together. So here is tip number 1. Make your subject lines curiosity-based. You need to create some curiosity. Now, I use a software or a program called Closer's Copy because it allows me to, I used to collect subject line ideas and email copy ideas in like Google Drive or other places. But what this does is this Closer's Copy software I use actually allows me to create templates. So I've got all kinds of templates in here, different styles of subject lines, and I can add them to this document to just give me some quick inspiration, because it's hard sometimes when you're just trying to come up with the top of your head. But let's look through some of these that I've collected over the years and see why I like them so much. So here's one. Wow, just amazing. Curiosity, right? You don't know, well, what's amazing? The number 1 word in marketing is the nightmare is over. What nightmare? This changes everything. Or how about, this is kind of weird, but please read it. This is ridiculous. Wait, what? And you get the point. There's so many here. Now, do you see a common word that keeps popping up under all of these subject line samples that I have? It's the word this. Here's my pro tip. If you get nothing else out of this episode, just use the word this in your email subject lines. Have you heard of this? Did you know about this? This is a game changer. Use the word this in your subject line. Now, you can't use it every single time because it's kind of like having steak every night for dinner. Even though I love steak, eventually you're going to get tired of steak and you're going to want something else, right? So we got to mix it up. But that, my friend, is a super pro tip that you can use. And you can see I've got lots of email subject lines around curiosity-based. Even look at this. Grab this. It's great if you have a new PDF or a lead magnet that you've created, or a free ebook that you're offering. Or you need to watch this video now. That gets them to know it's a video. I don't know what it's about. They open the email, click the link to go watch the video. All right. Number 2 is direct or benefit subject lines. Now, these work great because you're stating exactly what they're going to get. And this can be something that works really, really well. I like to use this for like a webinar, right? So free webinar, how to blog for a living. That is direct and it gives a benefit, right? Or free PDF. Grab my 4 blog post templates. I'm very direct. It's clear on what this email is about, and that's how that works. And you can see some ideas in here about some of these that kind of help you with this process, a step-by-step, whatever result they want process, a free, whatever it is, training video. Lots and lots of examples here. All right. Number 3, story-based subject lines. Everybody loves a story. Do you love stories? I love stories. Stories can be a great way not only to get somebody to open up your email, but capture them from the moment they open it up to making them want to read it. I have like a 6 email series when somebody first joins my list, and they're long emails. And they're all strung together because it tells my story of going from a high school teacher who was not happy to trying to figure out what my big purpose was, what was my unique gift, all the way through to, running an online business now for the last 10 years. And that shares the journey, the story, but each email has a story. So here's examples. Embarrassing on several levels. Tell me if you could relate to this. Here's what happened. And you notice there's a little bit of curiosity still baked in, but there's a story behind the email subject line. It never fails, and it happened again. My horrible thought waking up this morning. That awkward moment when, right? So there's a bunch of examples. All right. Number 4 is tips and secrets subject lines. People love tips. And another pro tip for you is to include a number in your subject line. So whether that is 5 secrets, 9 tips, 3 things every blogger should do, whatever it is, add a number. So you can see I got examples here: 7 secrets to, the real secret to, how to avoid blank forever, whatever that pain is. Lower back pain, how to avoid lower back pain forever. Top 7 tips for your whatever. You can see lots of examples here that we have. All right. Number 5, and then I actually got 2 bonuses because I couldn't help myself. Is it okay if I over-deliver and go beyond 5? All right. Well, here's number 5, and I got 2 bonuses. Number 5 is how-to subject lines. People love this. Now, you don't have to necessarily have the words how to for it to qualify, but it needs to show that there is value inside the email, right? So this could be things like, obviously 212 blog post ideas shows value in that. How to go from idea today or sell tomorrow. That is to sell tomorrow. That is a how to. How to deal with blank, how to overcome blank, how to get past blank. 5 lessons learned from. That is also a how to, using lessons as well. You get the point. Here's a bonus. The first bonus is urgency and deadline subject lines. If you have a coaching program that is filling up, if you have a product that's closing, if you are offering a discount or a flash sale on a course or something you have, then you need to use urgency deadline subject lines. They work. Things like final courtesy reminder, or are you in or out? Interested? ? Last chance. Closing down, deadline, ending very soon, decision time, closing down soon, time is running out, last chance to get this, 5-hour warning. Those all grab people's attention because we don't want to miss out on a deal. We don't want to miss out on something that we wish later we would have taken advantage of. And so that is the tip. That's my bonus tip. And then remember I said earlier that there's one little tip that you can do that takes less than 5 seconds that can increase your email subject line opens. This is the tip. Add an emoji in your subject line. So one of the favorite sites that I like to use is called Emojipedia. It's a mouthful, but it's just the word emoji and pedia. So it's like an encyclopedia of emojis. And you can come over here and you can literally search anything. So if I'm doing a giveaway, I could type in maybe gift. And let's see if that pulls up anything. And yep, here's a wrapped gift. If I click on that, then what that's going to do is it has this little copy button next to the emoji. If I click on copy and then I go over to my email software to the subject line and hit paste, now my emoji is in my subject line. Now, why is that an important thing? And why is that such a big deal? Here's why. Because have you ever looked at your email inbox? Not very many people are using emojis. And what that does is it causes your email to stand out amongst all the other emails. Now, obviously, you can overdo this, just like using the word this. You don't want every email you send out to have an emoji, but mix it up. I like to do it somewhere between 25 to 50% of the time, and it works. So there you go. Which tip did you like? Which of these are you going to use in sending your next email? I hope that was helpful to you. And also, if you're like, I just try to figure out how to get started, don't forget about our free 9-page blueprint. It's called the Discover Your Message Blueprint, and you can grab it today by going to marketyourmessage.com/discover. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a takeaway or a tip that you can use to get more opens on your emails. And yeah, I'm curious. What would you like for me to talk about in future episodes? Let me know. And also, don't forget to hit like, share, or subscribe to let yourself know about future episodes, and also gives me feedback on which episodes you enjoy the most. But until then, never forget, your message matters.